So the three spheres of life that exist, that pretty much encompass everywhere we are, all the space we occupy, all the time we consume, are the three spheres are work, live, and play. Where you work, where you spend most of your waking time, working, earning pay, doing your career. Live, where you actually reside, the neighborhood in which you live, which we spend most of our time there. And then play, the things you do for fun, the things that you go and do in between work and just duties. So those three spheres cover it all. Now, we've been saying, here's the thing. You are already right where God wants you to be to make a difference. Where you work, where you live, where you play, which is really, really cool. So I'm actually right now at a place where I like to play, if you will, and I'm going to reveal it to you. Oh, Chick-fil-A. One of my favorite places to eat. I love it here. And the reason I came and parked here and made this video today is because last week we learned the first thing that you can do to make a difference right where you are. And in Luke 10, it's the first thing Jesus said to do, and that was pray, to talk to God about the harvest. And you're already in the harvest. Where you work, live, and play, there are people all around you that need to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. So the second thing is serve. The second thing is to serve. Jesus said, to talk to God about the harvest, but then he said to ask him to bring more workers. We need people who can serve. We need people who can roll up their sleeves and get active and get going. So serving is a powerful way to make a difference right where you are. And the reason I came here to Chick-fil-A is because I met a friend here to have breakfast, and we just got done with that meeting. And when I think about good service that makes a difference, I think of Chick-fil-A. They're the industry standard. They're the gold standard. There are people from other companies who own other locations and other businesses and other enterprises that sell different products than this, that come to Chick-fil-A to say, how do you do it? How do you get every single person in your organization to serve so well? They're very serving. They're very kind to the customers. They say it's their pleasure to serve. I mean, they really are the gold standard when it comes to serving. And so serving's powerful. I don't know of anyone that is not somehow impacted by being served well. When you are served well, it makes a difference. It really, really makes a difference. So here's the thing. Looking at probably what I would say is the greatest teaching about what it means to actually serve in a way that makes a difference and a gospel impact is the story that Jesus told of the Good Samaritan. The Samaritan the Samaritans were at odds with the Jews, and Jesus tells this story where the Samaritan was the hero who helped out a Jewish man who had been beaten up and mugged, and the whole story began with someone trying to test Jesus to say, well, who is my neighbor? Because you said we were supposed to love our neighbors, but who is my neighbor? And this is what's revealing about that. What's revealing about that is that we actually think there are some people we don't have to care about. There's some version of people out there that they really aren't our neighbors. We don't have to. Those are the exceptions. Those are the limitations to serving. And we think we don't have to care about them. But the truth of the matter is that God has placed no restrictions on whom you should serve. And literally everybody around you is a potential serving opportunity. Where you work, where you live, where you play. Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. And it was a powerful moment because this is the Son of God. This is the Messiah. And yet he's doing one of the most menial tasks you could ever do for someone. When someone comes to your home, their feet are, they could probably have feces on them from walking out throughout the day. And when you enter your home and you wash their feet, that was the lowliest servant was supposed to do that. And here's Jesus, the very Son of God, doing that. And then the cross. I mean, submitting himself to death on the cross for people while they were still sinners. Jesus came to serve, not to be served, he says. And so you are never more like Jesus than when you are serving someone else, and especially when you're serving someone who may be even very far from God. And here's what's cool. You know, we talk about sharing our faith and how we need to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. And the thing that I've learned, it's a good old famous quote: people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when you serve, you are paving the way to one day be able to use words to tell them about the hope that can only come from Jesus Christ. So that's the power of serving. When you serve, you're showing people Jesus. You're embodying Jesus to someone else. And may the people around us where we work, live, and play be in awe of, like, why would someone do this? What they're doing for me, that they're caring, they're showing compassion. That is something that is super, super powerful. So what I would encourage you to be thinking about, and you can discuss this in your small group, is how can you do that in the spheres of life? What are some ideas of how you could serve the people that live right around you, the people that you work near or around, the people that you see on a regular basis at your favorite restaurant or where you go to cheer on the kids or wherever? Be thinking about what are some ideas of how I can serve them. And that's the thing. If we can just start having eyes to see the opportunities, eyes that are looking for, oh, how can I see a need and meet a need? It's not complicated. It's just having intentional, proactive eyes that are looking for those opportunities to make a difference, to serve. You know, that's the thing that I think that's so awesome about all this. You can make an eternal difference. And all you got to do is, okay, we've talked about praying, just naming people before the Lord, and that's the most important thing we can do. Okay, we could do this, right? And then serve, like just looking for a way to do something, even if it's a little thing that tells people that you care, that tells people that you care about them and you have compassion for them. And people will pick up on that and want to know, why in the world would you do something? Why would you serve in that way? Why would you care in that way? It paves the way for them to know there's something different in your life, and that difference is Jesus Christ. So enjoy discussing this idea of serving and the power of serving and how it can make a difference right where you are.